Hello folks, want to become a data analyst or a Power BI developer? Then listen carefully. Nowadays, only adding Power BI skills or keyword in your resume is not enough. To crack any interview and get a good corporate job, you must have practical end-to-end project in your resume. But if you have a strong real-world project, your chance of getting a high salary package also increases significantly. That is why in this video I am going to help you build a complete corporate level HR analytics project using Power BI. This is not just a simple dashboard project. This is a complete hands-on project that you can add to your resume and explain confidently during interview. In this project, you are going to learn how to import HR data from Excel file into Power BI, how to clean and transform data using Power Query, how to handle missing and messy data, how to write DAX formulas and calculate KPIs, and finally, how to create a fully interactive HR analytics dashboard. Now look at the dashboard on your screen. This dashboard includes KPIs, slicers, and interactive charts. If I click on any slicer, you will see all the charts and KPIs changing dynamically. And if I click on any chart section, the entire report gets filtered automatically. This is exactly how real corporate dashboard work, and the best part, you can directly add this project to your resume, and whenever an interviewer asks you about your project experience, you will have a strong practical project to explain. And not only that, I will also discuss important interview questions related to this dashboard, such as why certain KPIs were created, what business problem this dashboard solved, which DAX formulas were used. Everything will be explained in a simple and beginner friendly way. So if you are serious about becoming a data analyst or a Power BI developer, then watch this complete video till the end and practice along with me. I will also provide the dataset, link is given in the description below. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more practical Power BI and data analytics project. My name is Shakti Sharma and I am a trainer at VExcellent, and now let's get started. Before we create an interactive dashboard in Power BI, first you need to study the data. You need to understand the data, because once you understand the data, almost 20 to 30% of your task will be completed. Now, in order to create this HR analytics dashboard, I have taken one data set. Let me open the Excel file. Now, on the screen, I have taken this Excel file. I hope it is visible. The file name is company data. I will provide this file. The link is given in the description. You can just download from there. Now, first you need to understand the data, right? Now look at here guys. This data has several columns, not 5 column, 10 column. This data has total 24 column. Let me press Ctrl right arrow. Now if you notice, the last column in this data set is X column, which is years with current manager. So basically this data set contains total 24 column. Now in order to create an interactive dashboard, I will be using only the limited column. I will use only 50 to 60% of the column instead of using all the column. So let me go to the first column, press Ctrl left arrow. Now this is the first column, right? So first you need to understand the data. So instead of focusing on all the 24 column, first let me show you the dashboard which I have created. To create this interactive dashboard, I have used only the limited column. Now let's understand the data set, because understanding of data is very important. Now instead of focusing on all the 24 column, I will show you the limited column which I have used to create this interactive dashboard. The first column is employee number. So basically this column contains the employee number. Either you can take it as employee ID. So first we have the 1 number, 2 number, 3 number. So basically these are the employee number. Now if you want to see total number of employee in this data, so you can simply press Ctrl down arrow. Now once you press Ctrl down arrow, here you can notice total number of employee in this company are 1470. Let me zoom in. So total number of employee in this company are 1470. I hope you understood, right? Now moving to the first row, press Ctrl up arrow. Let's focus on the next column, which is attrition column. Now if you notice carefully, this attrition column contain only yes and no record. Let me tell you what is the meaning of attrition. Just wait for a few seconds. So basically attrition means the employee who has left the company. So basically just by creating an interactive dashboard, we will be focusing why the employee is leaving the company. If you notice carefully, the attrition column contain yes and no record. Let's take an example. Employee number 1, attrition is yes. Means this first employee number 1 has left the company. In the same way, if you focus on the second employee, the employee is working in a company, so attrition is no. In the same way, you can see yes and no record, right? Now moving to the next column, which is business travel. In the same way, moving to the next column, age group. We have the age group between 10 years. So basically it has under 25, I think, yes. Under 25, we have 25 to 34 range. So this is the age group of the employee. Next we have the department column, education field. Next we have employee count. If you notice carefully, this employee count column contain only the record 1. So basically while creating an interactive dashboard, I will tell you what is the use of this. Next moving to the next column, we have the gender, where we can see male, female. So this is the gender column. Now we have the job role, and this is the marital status, whether the employee is married, single, divorced, and lot more. And we have few more columns also, age group, distance from home. I recommend everyone to study the data first, because once you understand the data, you will have an idea what are columns available in this data set. Now with the help of your data skills, instead of creating the same interactive dashboard, you can create your own interactive dashboard. You can create different slicer, you can create different charts or KPIs and lot more. So I hope you will do it, right? Now let us see practically how we can create an interactive dashboard from scratch. So first we need to close this company data file. Let me close this, save this file. Okay. I off my camera just to focus on the screen. Now I will open one new Power BI file. Click on this blank report. Once you click, just wait for a few seconds. A new Power BI file is open. I think most of you all know already. This is the interface of Power BI, right? If you don't know, no need to worry. Let me show you. This top area is known as ribbon, where several tabs are available like home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help. If you click on any one of the tab, these options will be highlighted. So basically under each tab, several options are available. This dotted area is known as canvas. Inside this canvas only we will build an interactive dashboard. In the same way, at the right side several options are available. So basically these are known as panels, or we can call it as panes. First we have the data pane. So here all our data will be visible, like what are columns available in the data will be shown here. Next we have the build. So basically this is the build pane, we also call as visualization pane, where all the visual will be shown here. Next we have the format. So basically we can give the formatting to the visual with this format pane, and this is the filter pane available, by which we can apply the filter on the page, on all pages. In the same way we can apply the filter on the visual. So what I will do, I will just minimize this, just click on this option. In this way you can minimize all these panes. If you want to expand, you can click on these icons available. This is how you can minimize and expand. These are some basics I think you know already. On the left hand side several options are available, such as report view, table view, model view, DAX and TMDL. We will see later on. Below we have the page. So this is the page 1. If you want to add new page, you can simply click on this plus icon. Now instead of page 1, I want to rename to dashboard. It is very simple. Either you can right click and click on rename, or you can simply double click on this. Once you double click, now you can rename it. Instead of page 1, I will give the page name as dashboard, BOARD. Right. Now once you click enter, the page name is changed to dashboard, right? Before we create any interactive dashboard in Power BI, the first and most important step is you need to import the data. So let me show you how you can import. Just to click on home tab. Once you click, several options are available. Let's suppose if your data is present in Excel workbook, just to click on this option. If your data is present in SQL, go with this option. In the same way, on the canvas, these are the options available. Import data from Excel, import data from SQL, and lot more options are available. Let me click on this get data option. Once you click on get data, these are the common data source available: Excel workbook, test CSV, web, and lot more. So once I click on more, look at here guys. Now you will get one pop-up where you can see several data sources are available. So basically the Power BI have a capability of importing data from more than 100 data sources. If your data is present in Excel workbook, go with this option. Test CSV file, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, and lot more options are available. In the same way, if your data is present in database, you can go with this option. Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, Online Service, other. As I already told you, my data is present in Excel workbook. I will just import the data with this option, import data from Excel. Once I click, now this is my Excel file, company data, right? Just to select this file, now click open. Just to wait for a few seconds, the data will be connected. Now you will get one navigator window. You might be thinking why our data is not available in this area. So what you need to do is you need to check this option. This option is very important. Once you check this option, you can see the preview of your data set in this right side area, right? So this is the HR data. Let's see whether the data is proper or not. Employee number, attrition, business travel. Yes, our data is clean and it is proper. Let's suppose if your data is not clean, you can just go with this option which is transform data. So basically once you click on this transform data, your data will be loaded to the Power Query where you can do the transformation. Power Query in Power BI is an ETL tool, which means extract, transform, load. It is used to collect, clean and transform data from different data sources. Now in my case, my data is already clean. I will just go with this option load. So what will happen once you click on load, just wait for a few seconds. Based on your system configuration, it will take few seconds of time. Now our data is loaded in Power BI successfully. Inside the data panel, here you can observe this is the HR data, right? Wow, look at here guys. All the columns are loaded. So basically the entire HR data is loaded. Now let's suppose if you want to see the complete table, you can just go with this option table view at the left hand side. Once you click on table view, here you will see the complete data set with all the record as well as column. Let's suppose if you want to build any relationship between the table, you need to simply click on this option model view. Once you click, you will get this HR data table, right? Let's suppose if you have multiple table, you can create the relationship between the table. But right now in my case, I have only single table, right? So no need of building any relationship. Now I will go to the report view. Now our data is finally loaded in Power BI. Let's save this file. It is very simple. Click on file. Now click on save as. I will browse this device. Now I will save this file. I will give the file name as dashboard, DSHBOARD. So with this we have saved our file, right? Now let us expand this HR data inside the data panel. So these are all the columns available in the HR data, right? Let me show you guys. So basically inside the HR data, all the columns are available such as age, age group, attrition and so on till years with current manager. But if you notice carefully, this is the age column. So before age column there is summation. In the same way before distance from home column there is summation. And for few also there are summation. Let me tell you why this summation appear. So basically these are the column which contain the numeric data type. In the same way, these are the columns whose data type is test or catalogical data. So the summation will not appear for this column. If you want, let me show you with the help of table view. Now inside this table view, you will able to see the complete data, right? And at the right side, you can see all the columns available. Now look at here guys. The first column is employee number column, where you can see this employee number column is a numeric data type. Now inside this data, you can see employee number, right? Now if you notice carefully, the employee number have the summation, means this employee number column contain numeric data type. In the same way, this is the business travel. Now inside the data field, this is the business travel. So if you notice carefully, the business travel does not contain any summation. Why? Because the business travel is a test data type. Now let me go to the report view. Let me expand it. So friends, with this we have understood the data. Now it's time to create an interactive dashboard in this canvas area. Then do write in the comment section interactive dashboard. Now click on this build pane, which also known as visualization, where you can see several visuals are available such as bar chart, column chart, line chart, area chart and lot more. So basically with the help of this visual, we will be able to create an interactive dashboard. Right now I will minimize both build and data. Now we will give some formatting for this canvas area. It is very simple. Just to click on this icon available, which is used to give the formatting. So once I click on format, you can see several options are available such as page information, canvas setting, canvas background, wallpaper, filter pane and filter card. If you want to change the name of this page, it is very simple. Click on this page information. Two options are available. First one is change the name from here. Next we have the page type. By default it is standard. Let it be. Now moving to the next option, canvas setting. Let me show you. Look here guys. The canvas layout is 16:9 ratio by default. Let's suppose if you want to create a dashboard in different ratio, you can just go with this option. If you want 4:3 ratio, you can just go with this option, by which the layout of the canvas size will change. In the same way, this is the letter. From here you can change the custom layout, but right now I will take it as 16:9 ratio because it is mostly used in the companies. From here you can change the size. This is HD, Full HD, 4K and lot more. And this is the vertical alignment. Let's suppose, let me zoom out. Now the vertical alignment is at the middle. Let's suppose if you want to give the alignment to the top, you can just go with this option. Now your canvas will be on the top. Now let it be top only. Now let's suppose if you want to change the background color of this canvas, it is very simple. Go with this option, canvas background. With this option you can change the canvas background color. I will select this color. You might be thinking the color is not visible. So what you can do is you can reduce the transparency. I will take it as 0. Now the color will appear. So basically with the help of this option you can change the canvas background. Now instead of 0%, I will give the transparency as 60%. Just write it here, or you can adjust with the help of this scroll bar. I will give the transparency 60%, enter. Now you can see the transparency of this color is reduced to 60%. Now instead of giving the canvas background color, you can insert the image also. It is very simple. Click on this browse option available. From here you can insert the image. Let me select this image. Once I click open, now you will see the image, right? Now what I will do, instead of fit, I will click on this stretch. Now the image will fit on the screen. I will reduce the transparent to 0%. So in this way you can add a canvas background image. Right now I will remove this file. I will give the transparency of 60%. Now this is a background color I will choose. If you want to change the wallpaper color, it is very simple. Expand this wallpaper. From here you can select any one of the color. But right now I will make it as default only. I will select this white color. So this is how you can give the formatting for the canvas page. Now with this I have changed the canvas background color. Now it's time to create a visual in this dashboard. So let me on this data as well as build pane. Now first we will add the KPI in this dashboard. Let me show you the KPIs. So on the screen I will be covering all the 6 KPIs. The first one is total employee. Next we will find the attrition count, attrition rate. Next we have the active employees, average age and average monthly salary of the employee. So basically we will be covering all the 6 KPIs. So let's see practically. The first one is total employees, right? Now I will open the Power BI. Now first we will insert one new card inside the Power BI. You can see this is the card. In order to create a KPI, just to click on this card option. Once you click on this card, you will get the card visual, right? Now when you insert a card, you will get 3 options: value, category and tooltip. Now we need to find the first KPI, which is total employees, right? Now in order to find the total employees, it is very simple. Just you need to drag this employee count inside the value. Let me show you guys. Drag the employee count inside the value. Once you drag, you will get sum of employee count, which is 1000. Now I don't want to show this title. I want to show the total number of employee. Just to click on this format. Now from here you can off the title. And just to go with this option call out, expand this call out. Now expand this, select this sum of employee count. Once you select, you need to expand this value. Now inside the value, instead of display unit, you need to click on none. So once you click on none, look at here guys, now you will get total number of employees as 1470. As I already shown you inside the Excel file, the dataset contain total 1470 employee. Now you will get the same employee count as 1470. Now instead of sum of employee count, I want to change the label. So what I can do is I can simply expand this label. From here I can add the test. The test I will add as total employee, EMPLOYEES. So look at here guys, now the card is looking perfect. Now moving to the second KPI, attrition count. So basically we need to find how many people left the company. Let me adjust this card here. Okay, now look here guys, what I will do, let's suppose if you drag the attrition column inside the value, now you will not get an accurate output. Why? Because the attrition column contains catalogical data. So basically it will not show you the value. So what you can do is just to go to the table view. Now inside the table view, this is one column which is the attrition column. Now with the help of this attrition column, we need to find how many employees left the company. So what you can do is you can add one new column inside this data. Now I want to make changes to the data. So what I can do is I can connect this data to the Power Query editor. It is very simple. Click on this transform data option available. Once you click, just to wait for a few seconds, the Power Query editor window will be open. As you can observe on the screen, this is a Power Query editor window which work on the ETL tool, which means extract, transform and load. So basically inside this Power Query editor, we can do lot of transformation. Now our task is to find the total number of attrition, right? Now this is the attrition column which contain yes and no record. So what I can do is I can convert this catalogical data into numerical data. So what I will do, I will just to go with this option add column. Now if you click on add column tab, there is one option which is conditional column. You need to click on this conditional column. You will get this dialog box which is add conditional column. I will give the column name as attrition count, ATTRITION, attrition count. Now look here, based on this attrition column, we need to give the condition. I will select from here column, the column is attrition equal to, I will give the value. The value is yes, right? Now if attrition equal to yes, then the output will be 1. I will give the output as 1. If the value is not equal to yes, I will give the output as 0. Now once you click OK, just to wait for a few seconds. Wow, look at here guys. A new column is inserted which is attrition column. Now let's see whether the data in this attrition count column is correct or not. So what I will do, I will just rearrange the column. It is very simple. Click on transform tab. Now there is one option which is move. Now what I will do, I will just click on this to beginning. So once I click on to beginning, the attrition column will come to the beginning of this data. Now I will bring this attrition count column after attrition column. So let's compare the value inside the attrition and attrition count column. For attrition, yes, the value is 1, it is correct. For no, it is 0. Yes, now the column is perfect. If you notice carefully inside the applied steps, 2 steps are added. First we have added conditional column and next reordered column. If you notice carefully, the data type of this attrition count column is not numeric. So what I will do, I will just to fix it, I will click on this data type. Now I will select this whole number. Now the data type of this attrition count column will change. And you can see inside the apply step, new step is added which is change the type. Now the data is ready. I will just to click on home tab. Now I will load this data to Power BI. Just to click on this option which is close and apply. Once you click on close and apply, just to wait for a few seconds, your data will be refreshed. Here you can observe the data is loading. Now the data is loaded and it is refreshed. Here you can notice inside the HR data, the new column is added which is the attrition count column, right? If you want to see the column, you can just go with this table view where you will able to see the attrition column. Let us check. Yes, here you can notice this is the attrition count column is added. Now what we need to find is, we need to find total number of attrition. It is very simple. Just to minimize this format, now drag this attrition count column inside the value. Once you drag and drop it, wow, look here guys. Now you will get total sum of attrition count as 237. But I recommend you all to, instead of taking this column, you can take help of measure. I think most of you know already what a measure is. If not, don't worry. Let me tell you. A measure is a dynamic DAX calculation that does not occupy storage space in the data model. These are calculated during runtime. So basically, after creating the measure, we can use the measure for further calculation also. Let me show you how you can create the measure. So first I will create the measure for the total employees. It is very simple. Just to click on this HR data. Once you right click on this, you can see this is the measure option available. Either you can right click on this, you will get the measure, or once you click on this HR data, on the top you can see this is the new measure option available. I will just to go with this option new measure. Once you click, now you will get one formula bar. If you want to zoom in, you can simply press Ctrl on keyboard and use a mouse scroll bar in order to zoom in the formula bar. I will give the measure name as total employee. Let me give the measure name as total employee, EMPLOYEES, employees. Now what I will do, I will take help of count formula. So basically I want to find total number of employee. I will use count formula. From here I will select the column which is employee number. Let me select this. Okay, this is the employee number column. Now simply you need to close the bracket. The measure is very simple. Total employee equal to count, and this is the employee number column. Once you click enter, just to wait for few seconds. As you can observe on the screen, a new measure is added inside the data panel. Look here guys, this is the total employee measure. Now what I will do, just to look at the screen carefully. Now I will drag this total employee measure inside the value. Wow, look here guys. You will get the total employee as 1000 approximately. I will change the value just to go to format. Click on this call out. Now from here I will select this measure which is total employee. Now expand this value. Instead of auto, click on none. Now with the help of measure you will get total employees 1470. So what you can do is, you can remove this column from this sum of employee column. Just to remove the data from here. Now you will see sum of attrition and total employee. In the same way repeat for the attrition also. So what I will do, I will just to remove this attrition column. Just to look at here guys. Remove this attrition count column. We will create one new measure. Right click on this, click on new measure. Just to wait for few seconds. From here we will change the measure name. I will give the measure name as total attrition. I think the measure name is correct, total attrition. Now I will use the sum formula. So basically with the help of sum formula, I will count total number of attrition. I will just click on this attrition column. So basically inside this attrition column, the values are 1 and 0. Now with the help of sum, it will count total number of values. Now just you need to click enter. Once you click enter, a new measure will be created which is total attrition measure. Now what you can do is click on this card. Now just to drag the total attrition inside the value. Boom, look here guys. Now you will get total attrition as 237. So instead of taking help of column, you can create a measure by which you can use the measure for further calculation also. Now you will get the same output. Which DAX formula did we use while creating a total employee measure and total attribution? Write your answer in the comment section. Now with this we have done with the two KPIs which are total employee and total attrition. Now moving to the third KPI is attrition rate. So now we need to find the attrition rate. So basically if you observe carefully inside the data, there is no attrition rate column. So what you can do is, you can take help of measure in order to find the attrition rate. It is very simple. Right click on this, create a new measure. Now inside this measure formula bar, you need to give the measure name as attrition, ATTRITION. Sorry guys, attrition rate. This is the measure name I have given. Use one formula divide. Now press tab on keyboard. Now you need to give the numerator. The numerator is total attrition measure. So if you guys notice carefully, you can use the measure for further calculation also. So basically instead of writing the big formula again and again, take help of measure for further calculation. I hope you understood. Now give the denominator. The denominator is total employee. Look here guys, this is how you can take help of measure. Now close the bracket. Now once you click enter, just wait for few seconds. A new measure is added inside this data field. Let me show you. This is the attrition rate. Now select this card. Just you need to drag this attrition rate measure inside the value. Once you drag, you will get the attrition rate as 0.16. But I want to show it as percentage. So what you can do is just to click on this attrition rate measure. Once you click, from here you can change the formatting. I want to show the percentage, right? Once you click on percentage, now the formatting of the value will change to 16.12 percentage. I hope you got it right. When you create a measure, the size of the table will not increase. In the same way, the measure will not occupy any space inside your data. Just it will run dynamically when you are using it. I hope you understood right what is the use of measure. Now let's see the next KPI, which is the fourth one. The next KPI is active employees. So we need to find active employee. So what you can do is from total employees we need to subtract the total attrition. It is very simple. Let us create one more measure. Click on new measure. Now the measure name is active employee. Let me change the measure name. Just to delete this measure. The measure name is active employee, EMPLOYEE. I have given the measure name as active employee. Now let's give the formula. The formula is very simple. Total employee. Just to select this total employee measure, subtract by. Now use total attrition measure. Now look here guys, we are subtracting total attrition from total employee. Once you click enter, new measure will be created, which is active employee. Now what you can do is simply select this card, drag the active employee inside the value. Look here guys, now you will get active employee. Just to give some formatting, go to callout. From here select this active employee. Now look here guys, click on this value. Now instead of auto, click on none. You will see the active employee as 1233. Total employee 1470 and the total attrition is 237. So basically we are deleting the total attrition from total employee. You will get the active employee. If you know the difference between attrition count and active employees, then do write in the comment section. Now let's see the fifth KPI, which is average employee age. So basically we need to find the average age of the employee. So just to select this card, once you select, what you can do is just to drag this age column inside the value. Once you drag and drop it, oh no, look here guys. Now you will get sum of age as 54,000, which is impossible. Now what you can do is you can just change the value. Click on this option. Now from here, instead of sum, I will click on this average. Once you click on average, you will get the average age of employee, which is 36.92. So basically I don't want to show this decimal value. What I will do, inside this callout, I will click on this average of age. Now instead of auto, click on none. And from here you can reduce the decimal places. Now the average age is perfect, right? Now instead of average of age, I will change the label. I will just expand this label. From here I will give different text. I will write it as AVG, average age. Now I think it is perfect. Now friends, with this we have completed the 5 KPIs. Now moving to the last KPI, which is average monthly salary. So basically we need to find the monthly salary of the employee. It is very simple. Now just to drag this monthly income column inside the value, you will get 10 million, which is not possible. So what you can do is instead of sum, you can click on this average. Once you click on average, you will get the average monthly income. So what I will do, I will just click on this card. Now click on average of monthly income, go to value. Instead of auto, click on none. And instead of 2 decimal places, I will reduce to 0. Now the average of monthly income is perfect. Now I will change the name. I will just go to label. From here I will give the name as average, AVG, average space monthly pay. Now I think this name is perfect. Now with this guys, look at here. We have completed with all the 6 KPIs, right? If you want, you can adjust the KPI in this way. Now let's add images for this KPIs. What I will do, I will minimize this build and data. Click on this format. Now there is one option which is image option. Just you need to expand this image. Let's suppose if you want to add the same image for all the card, you can just go with this all. or you can add the individual image. I will select this total employee. Now once I select total employee, you need to on this option which is image. Look here guys, simply you need to on this. Now a new line is inserted inside total employee card. Now just you need to expand this image. Now you can click on this browse. Let me browse the image. My image is present in this images folder. I will insert this image employee. Once you click open, superb, look at here guys. For total employees, I have added a image, right? In the same way, I want to add the image for total attrition. It is very simple. Instead of total employee, click on total attrition. Now on this image, from here you need to browse the image. I will select this attrition, right? Now click on open. Once you click on open, you will get this image, but the image is not fit properly. So what I can do is just to click on this image fit. Now inside this image fit, I will click on this fit. Once I click on fit, look here guys. Now the total attrition image is added properly. In the same way, you need to repeat for all the KPIs. I will click on attrition rate on the image, browse the image. Now the attrition rate image is this one. Just to click on open. Now you will get the attrition image. In the same way, repeat for active employee on the image. Just to browse the image. Active employee image is this one. Just to click on open. So basically you can add the logo according to you. Now click on this average of age. Now just on the image, browse the image. Select the average image. Now click on open. Average age image is inserted. In the same way, repeat for the last one, average monthly pay. On the image, browse the image, select this monthly pay. Once you click open, now look at here guys, for each KPI we have added the images, right? Now let us give some formatting so that the card will look little bit advanced. Now click on this multi-card layout. From here you can select the style. I want tile only, let it be. You can give the arrangement in this way. If you want to show vertically, you can show vertically. If you want in horizontal, you can show in horizontal way. I hope it is visible, right? So this is a fixed size. If you want to show as fixed, you can fit to space also. Now in the same way, if you want to give the border, you can simply give the background color as well as you can give the border. But let it be, let me minimize this. Now expand this card option. From here you need to select all. Now give the layout. So basically instead of vertical image, I want to show horizontally. I will simply click on horizontal. Now you will get horizontal, right? If you want to change the order, you can simply click on this order option. From here, let's suppose if you want image first, next to call out, you can just go with this option. In the same way, this is the reference, label, call out, and lot more options are available. I will just go with the first order, which is call out, image and reference. Now I will increase the call out size. Instead of 50, let me double click on this. I will change into 75. Now I think it is looking perfect. Now moving to the next option is shape. From here you can change the shape of the card. Now I will increase this corner radius. I will give 10. Now moving to the next option is padding. If you want to increase and decrease the size of the padding, you can just increase and decrease from here. Let me take it as 10. If you want to give the border for the card, it is very simple. Expand this, select the color. I will select this color. Let me select this color. Okay. Now you can increase the width if you want. I will take it as 1 only. I think the 1 size is perfect. Okay, look here guys, the border is perfect. Now what I will do, I will just off this divider. Let me off this divider. So basically if you observe carefully, this is a divider which separate call out as well as image. I don't want to show this divider. I can simply off from here. Now I don't want this background color. I can simply off this color from here. Now the background color is removed from this card. I want to give the glow. I can simply on from here. Let me expand this. Now instead of this color, I will select any different color. I will select this color. With this you can give the glow to the card. I hope you understood, right? Let me minimize this card. Let us give the formatting for the call out, which is very important. Expand this call out. Now click on all. Now expand this value. From here you can change the font. I will select this Calibri. I can simply click on Calibri. Now the font is changed. Now instead of 21 font size, I will take it as 30. Just to click enter, the font size will increase. I will make it bold. Simply click on this bold. I will change the color of this value. I will select this red color. Now it is looking perfect. I will give the center alignment. Now I will give some formatting for the label just to expand this label from here. Now change the font. I will select the Calibri. This is the Calibri, right? Now from here you can increase the font size of this label. I will take it as 15. Now it is looking perfect. From here you can change the color. I will select this black color and I will make it bold. From here you can change the position of the label. If you want to take it at the bottom, you can take at the bottom in this way. So look here guys, in this way you can change the position. I will take it at the bottom. If you want to reduce the horizontal gap, you can simply increase and decrease from here. Let it be 2 only. If you want to change the background color of the callout, you can simply select from here. But right now I will off it. Now the images we have already seen, right? From here you can add the images. Now just by giving the formatting, now the card is looking advanced, right? Now you can minimize from here. Now let me give the alignment for this card. Let me ask you, what all KPI did we create in this dashboard and why? Now let us add the visual for this dashboard. So let me show you, we have done with the KPIs, right? Now moving to the visual, we need to find the 6 inside. I have given the related column chart, area chart. So basically I have given the visual as well as inside. Now we need to create a column chart. We need to find the inside such as employees by age group. So let's see the first visual, which is column chart, employees by age group. I will go to Power BI file. Let me expand this data and build. Now look here guys, this is the column chart, right? Either you can take this stacked column chart or you can take this cluster column chart. I will add this clustered column chart. Let me resize this. If you observe carefully, when you insert this clustered column chart, you will see 5 options under build. The first one is x-axis, y-axis, legend, small multiple and tooltip. Let me show you guys. Just to select this chart. Now what I will do, I will just drag the age group inside the x-axis. Just you need to drag and drop. Now select this total employee measure and drag inside the y-axis. Now you will get a beautiful column chart, right? Just by looking at the chart, we can say that highest number of employee in this company are between age group 25 and 34 and the least are over 55 age. Now I want to sort this column chart according to age wise, because if you notice carefully, first we have 25 34, next 35 44, but this under 25 is at the 4th position. I want to bring this under 25 at the first position. So what you can do is, you can simply click on this option. Once you click, there is one option, sort by. I want to sort according to age group. Once I click on age group, now if you notice carefully, you will get under 25 over 55. But right now it is not sorted properly. So what you can do is, once again go to sort by. Now I want according to ascending order. I can simply click on ascending, though it is not sorted properly. So in order to sort this, what you can do is, you can take help of Power Query. Now let us connect this data to Power Query. Just click on transform data. Now we need to add one new column. So basically we need to sort this chart, right? So what you can do is, you can add one new column. I will click on add column. Now under add column, there is one option, conditional column. You need to click on this conditional column. So based on the condition, I want to create one new column. I will give the column name as sort age. So basically I want to sort according to age wise, right? I will simply give the column name as sort age. I will give the column name as sort age. Now from here you can select the column name, select the age group, equal to, now give the value. I will give the value as under 25. So what I am doing, I am just writing here under 25, give the output I will give as 1. Now this is one condition. I will add one more condition, add clause. Now from here you need to select again the column, equal to, now give the range. The range is 25 34. So 25 and 34 age group, I will give the output as 2. Now again add a clause, because we have multiple age group, right? Click on age group. Now give the value as 35 44, between 35 and 44. Now give the output as 3. Now add one more clause, select the age group column. Now give the range 45 54, between 45 and 54 age. Now give the output as 4. And the last one is over 55, right? So no need of adding any clause. You can simply write it as 5. Inside the else statement you can write it as 5. Now once you click OK, just to wait for a few seconds, new step is added in the apply step, which is added conditional column 1. Now the column is created, which is sort age, but the data type is not proper. I will convert this data type into whole number. Now the data type is perfect. Now what I will do, I will simply click on close and apply. Now we need to sort this age group in ascending order. It is very simple. Select this chart. Now click on age group column. Once you click, the column tool tab will be activated. Now below this we have one option, sort by column. Now I want to sort this age group column according to sort age column, right? You need to simply click on this sort age. Once you click on sort age, wow, look at here guys. Now the age group of this column chart is sorted in ascending wise under 25, 25, 34, 35, 44. In this way you can sort any column chart. I hope you guys understood, right? Because most of the people don't know how to sort the bars inside the column chart. So this is a powerful trick you need to practice. If you love this trick, do like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now I want to show the employee by age group as well as gender. So what I can do is, I can simply select the gender and I will drag inside the legend. Once I drag and drop it, now look here guys, you will get according to age group, gender wise total employees, right? Now let us give some formatting. What I will do, I will simply go to this format tab. First I will remove the background of this chart. It is very simple, expand size and style. From here you can off this background. Now I want to view the border. I can simply click on this border. Now select the color. I will select this border color. Now I will give the rounded corner as 10. I think now it is looking perfect. Yes, the border is looking perfect. Now I will give the title. Just to expand the title, I will change the title. Instead of total employee, I will give the title as employee, EMPLOYEES, employees by age group. So basically we are finding according to age group, right? Age group, GROUP, and gender, GENDER, gender. In this way you can change the title of the chart. Let us change the font. From here I will select this Calibri. I will give the font. I will decrease the font size to 14. Now let me make it bold. Now I will give the alignment to center. Now it is looking perfect. Now I will off this subtitle. Now the subtitle is removed. Now expand this x-axis. I will give some formatting to the x value. I will select from here Calibri. So basically you need to select any one of the font. You can make it bold. You can change the color. I will take this black color. Now if you want you can give the title. I don't want to show the title. Now expand the y-axis. Now I don't want to show the value in y-axis. I can simply off the value. Now expand the legend. Legend means male and female, which is the gender. I will change the position of the legend. I will take it to top center. Once I click on top center, now you can see the legend will be at the top center, right? Now expand this grid line. I don't want to show the grid line. It is already off. Now expand this column. So basically I want to change the color of this column bars. I can simply select this female. So once I select the female, I can change the color from here. I will select this red color. Okay, now it is perfect. From here I can change the male. I can simply select the male. I will select this color. Now the bars are looking perfect. Now if you want to give the border, you can give the border from here. I want to show the data label. Just on the data label, expand the value. From here you can change the color. Let me select this black color. Now it is looking perfect. If you want to make it bold, you can make it bold in this way. Now with this we have done with the formatting for this column chart. Let me minimize this. You can adjust the column chart in this way. Can you tell me which gender is having the highest employee in the age group 35 and 44? Now moving to the next visual, let me show you. The second insight is find the area chart attrition by age. So basically we need to find the attrition by age area chart. Now just to select the area chart from here, let me insert one area chart. Now you will get one area chart, right? Now inside this visual you can see several options are available. Let me show you. First we have the x-axis, y-axis, secondary, y-axis, legend, small, multiple and tooltip. Now we need to find attrition by age. It is very simple. Just to drag the age column inside the x-axis, just you need to drag and drop it. Now you need to drag the attrition, which is the total attrition measure inside the y-axis. Once you drag and drop, now you will get this chart, right? Now we have created a area chart. Let us give some formatting. If you want to give the formatting, again you need to apply all the steps, right? Now instead of applying all the steps, let me show you one powerful trick. Just to select the previous chart, which is a column chart. Now inside the home tab there is one option, format painter. Let me zoom in. So basically this is the format painter. Now first you need to select this column chart. Let me show you guys, just wait for a few seconds. Select this column chart. Now click on format painter. Now you can see one brush icon, right? This is the format painter. You need to simply click on this area chart. Once you click, wow, look here guys. Now mostly 60 to 80% of the formatting is done. Little bit formatting is left. We will do manually. Just to expand this title. Now instead of total attrition by age, I will change to attrition by age. Now it is perfect. Now from here you can see this is the Calibri. Font is perfect. Now let us scroll down, expand this line option. From here you can change the style of the line. If you want dash, you can click on dash. If you want dotted, you can select the dotted. I will take it as solid only. And look here guys, if you want to decrease the width, you can decrease the width from here. With this you can change the interpolation type. Like if you want linear line, you can click on this linear. If you want step, you can click on step. But right now I will take it as smooth only. If you want to change the color of the line, simply you need to expand this color. Select the color from here. Now it is perfect. Now the area chart is looking perfect. If you want to give the marker, you can simply on the marker for this. Now you will see the dotted marker. If you want to change the marker from here, you can change. Let me take it as circle only. Now it is looking perfect. You can reduce the size from here. If you want to change the color from here, you can change the color. I will take it as red color. Now I think it is looking perfect. Now with this we have given the formatting for the area chart. Now you can adjust this area chart here. Let me adjust it. Can you tell me how does employee age impact attrition using the area chart? Write in the comment section. Now let's see the third visual, which is donut chart. So basically we need to create a donut chart to find the inside department wise attrition. It is very simple. Go to the Power BI. Now this is a donut chart visual. Once you click on donut chart, the visual will be added on the canvas. Let me adjust it. Right. Now once you click on this donut chart, these are the four options available: legend, value, detail and tooltip. Now what you need to do is you need to find department wise attrition. It is very simple. Drag the department column inside the legend. Now drag the total attrition inside the value. Now the donut chart is created. Let us give some formatting. I will select this chart, click on format painter. Now apply the same formatting. Now look here guys, with the help of format painter we can save our time, right? Now you can adjust this donut chart here. I hope it is visible. I will just go to the format. From here I will click on this slice. So first I will give the title. I will expand this title. Let me, okay. I will rename the title name. Instead of total attrition by department, I will give title as department wise attrition. RITION. TION. Now the title is looking perfect, department wise attrition. Now I will change the color of the slices. It is very simple. Expand this slicer. From here you need to select the category. I will select this R&D. Now simply you need to expand this color. Now from here you can select the color. I will select this color. Now it is looking perfect. Now if you want to give the border, you can give the border or let it be. Now I will give the color for the sales. Now from here I will select this red color. I think it is looking perfect. Now for the HR we will select different color. Let us see which color we can select. I will select this blue color. With this we have given the formatting for the donut chart. Which department has the highest attrition according to your analysis? Do write in the comment section. Now moving to the fourth visual, we need to create a bar chart to find attrition rate by job role. It is very simple. Just to go to Power BI. Now select the bar chart. I will select this bar chart. Either you can select any one of the bar chart. I will select this cluster bar chart. Now once you select, the cluster bar chart will be inserted. Now we need to find attrition rate by job role. Now just to drag the job role column in y-axis and drag the attrition rate measure in x-axis. Now look here guys, a bar chart is created. If you observe carefully, the sales representative have the highest attrition rate, whereas the research director has the least attrition rate. Now we will give the formatting. It is very simple. Select this chart, click on format painter. Now apply the formatting for this bar chart. The formatting is done. Little bit formatting we will do manually. Now just to expand this format option. Now I will change the color of this bar. It is very simple. Click on this bar. From here you can change the color. Let me select this color. Now it is looking perfect, right? Can you tell which job role is facing the highest employee turnover? Now let's see the next visual. Let me show you. Now we need to create a matrix. The matrix should represent job satisfaction rating. So let's see how we can do this. Now we need to add one matrix. Look at here guys, this is a matrix visual. Once you click on this matrix, a matrix visual will be added where you can observe three options are available: rows, column and value. Now we need to find job satisfaction rating, right? So simply you need to drag the job role inside the row. Once you drag and drop it, you will get the job role in row. Now in the column you need to drag the job satisfaction. Just you need to drag and drop it. Now you will get job satisfaction, right? In the value you need to drag total employee measure. Once you drag and drop it, here you can see matrix is created. Now let us give some formatting. Let's see whether we can apply this formatting or not. Let us apply the format painter. Let's click on this. Okay, little bit formatting is done. So what I will do, I will expand this format painter. Now I will give the title. The title I will give as job satisfaction rating. JOB, job satisfaction, SATISFACTION, satisfaction rating. Simply you need to type here job satisfaction rating. Now the title is perfect. Let us give some formatting for this matrix. I will expand this column header. Now I will make the text bold, and from here I will change the text. I will give the font as Calibri. Now it is looking perfect. Now from here I will change the background color. Instead of white I will take this color. I think it is looking good. In the same way, scroll down, expand this row header. Let us give some formatting for row header also. From here I will change the font to text. I will click on Calibri. Now I will make it bold so that it will be shown clearly. We are not able to change the background color. Why? Because this option is enabled. If you off this, from here you can change the background color. If you on, you will not able to change the background color because it will show you alternate rows different color, right? So this is how you can give the formatting. If you don't want to show the column subtotal, you can off from here. In this way you can give the formatting. Now I will go with this cell element. From here I will change the background color. Now I will on this background color. Now you will see different color, right? We can give the conditional formatting. Simply click on this option. Now you need to select the minimum color, maximum color. I will expand this. I will select this minimum color, this one, and the maximum color I will take it as this. Now once you click OK, wow, look at here guys. Now the matrix is looking perfect, right? Now I will change the alternate background color. I will simply click on this value. Now here you can see this is the text color, background color, right? Now from here I will change the color. I will select this color. Now it is looking perfect, right? In this way you can change the color, and this is the alternate background color. If you want different color you can select from here, but instead of this I will select this color, right? Now the background color is looking perfect. What insight can you get from the job satisfaction rating table? Let me know in the comment section. Now let's see the last and final visual of this dashboard. The last chart is funnel chart. We need to find the insight attrition by education field. So let's see how we can create a funnel chart. If you notice carefully, this is a funnel chart. Once you click on this, you will get the funnel chart. Now you need to drag the education field inside the category and drag total attrition inside the value. Now the funnel chart is created. Let us give some formatting. Select this chart, click on format painter. Now apply the formatting on this chart. Once you click here, you can notice the formatting is applied. So let us give some formatting. Click on this format. From here you can give the title. Now instead of total attrition by education field, I will simply remove this total. Now it is perfect attrition by education field, right? Now in this way you can give the formatting. Now let's see few more formatting. I will simply click on this category label. From here I will select different color. I will select this black color. Now I think it is looking perfect. If you want, you can make it bold. Sorry, it is already bold, right? In the same way, click on this conversion rate. Now select the color from here. I will select this red color. Now I think it is looking perfect. From here you can change the font. Let us select this Calibri. Alright, now the formatting is done for the funnel chart. Which education field has the highest attrition and what could be the possible reason? Do tell me in the comment section. Now let us give the alignment for all these charts. So friends, now I have given the alignment. It is looking perfect. Now let's see what are the slicer we need to insert. The slicers are gender, marital status, education level and business travel. So basically the slicers are used to filter the visual. Now let me expand this data. To insert a slicer, several slicers are available. This is the normal slicer. Next we have the button and next we have the input slicer and the last one is list slicer. I will select this button slicer. Once I click on this button slicer, I want to gender, right? So I will simply drag gender inside the value. Now this is the gender slicer, we got it. Let us give formatting for this slicer. It is very simple. Expand this format. If you want to show the title, you can show the title or you can off. Let me off this. Now click on multi-button layout. Instead of grid, I want vertically. I will select this vertical option. Now I think it is looking perfect. Let us give some formatting just to look here, guys. Okay. If you want to reduce the gap, you can simply expand this option. From here you can reduce the vertical gap. I hope it is visible, right? Now let's click on the callout. Let us give some formatting. Now expand this value. From here we can change the font. I will select this Calibri. Let us select this Calibri. Now make it bold. Increase the size of the font. Let me take it as 16 or let me take it as 18. Now I think it is looking perfect. Now let us give some formatting for the button. Expand this. From here you need to select the states. Right now let us take it as default. Let us expand this background color. The default color is white color. I will select this color. I think now it is looking perfect. Expand this, select the border color. I will select this color. Now I will give the accent bar simply on this one. Now select the color. I will select this dark color. Now you can increase the width of this. Let me increase the width to 5. Now I think it is looking perfect. I will take it as 10. Right. Now we have given the formatting for this button. Now this is the default, right? Now I want to give formatting for the over. So let's click on this over. Now change the background color. Now instead of this color, I will select this red color. Now look here, guys, it is looking perfect, right? Now the black color font is not looking proper. So let me go to the callout. Okay, this is the callout. Now from here you need to select this over. Now give the color. This is the value, right? Now instead of black color, I will select this white color. Guys, look here. Now it is looking perfect, right? Now in the same way, by default it is. Let me select this by default. Okay, I think it is perfect by default. The color is black color. It is perfect. Now what I will do, look here, guys. If I click on female, oh, look at here, guys. All the visual will update automatically. So basically the visuals are filtered based on the female as well as male, right? If I click on any one of the option, the color is changing to violet, right? I want to change this also. I will just go to the format, click on this button. Now instead of over, I will click on this selected. Now from here I will change the background color. What I will do, I will choose any one of the color. Let me select this one. Or instead of this, I will select this color. Okay, now this color is looking perfect. Now I will on the accent bar just to on from here. Now let me expand this. Now instead of black color, I will select any different color. Let me select this red. No, it is not looking proper. I will select this white color. Now the formatting is looking better. Now what I will do, I will insert few more slicer. Let's see what are the slicers available. Gender we have done. Marital status, education level. So first let's insert the marital status. What I will do, I will simply copy this one. Look here, guys. Let me copy this, Ctrl C, I will paste it. So basically I am creating the duplicate of this slicer. Now I will remove this gender from here and I will take here marital status. just to drag and drop it, marital status inside the value. Now look here guys, the complete formatting will appear, right? So no need of doing formatting for the slicer again and again. You can just to copy paste it. Now let me again copy paste it again. Now instead of this, let me remove this marital status. Now I want business travel. I will just drag and drop it. Now you will get the business travel, right? So this is how you can create the slicer. In the same way, I want the education. I will just to copy this slicer. Let me clear the filter from here. So first let me copy this Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Now we got one more slicer. I will take this slicer on the top. Now instead of this business travel, I will select this education slicer. Now let us give the formatting for this slicer. Click on this format. Now go to the multi button layout. Now from here, instead of vertical, I will click on horizontal. Now the slicer is looking perfect. Now let me minimize this. Just to look here guys, you can expand in this way. But I am getting only 3 columns. So what I can do is I can simply increase the column from here. Now all the 5 columns will appear. So basically this slicer contain only 5 record. Now you will get the 5 record, right? So this is how you can insert the slicer. So friends, now we have done with the slicer. If I click on master degree, wow, look at here guys. Now this dashboard is interactive dashboard, right? Wherever if I click any one of the slicer, the entire visual will change automatically. So basically in this way you can create an interactive dashboard. Now let us clear the filter from here. Let's suppose if you want to clear the filter, you need to filter from each slicer. Now if you want to clear the filter from each individual slicer, it will be time consuming, right? But there is one option in Power BI. Just by one click you can clear the filter. Yes, it is possible. So what you need to do is you need to click on Insert tab. Now under Insert tab there is one option button. There is one option which is used to clear all slicer in just one click. Once you click on this, you will get clear all slicer button. Now you can give the formatting. Look here guys, click on this format option. Now expand the button title. From here you can change the text color. Now instead of white, I will choose this color. I will make it bold. Now I will change the font. I will make it Calibri. In the same way I will fill the color. Now instead of white, I will fill this color. Now I will give the border, expand from here, select the color. I will select this color. Now look here guys, I will increase the width. Yes. Now it is looking perfect, right? If you bring the cursor on this button, it is showing violet color, right? But here we can see the red color. Now we will give the formatting. I will simply go with this option. Now instead of default, I will click on over. From here I will change the color. I will select this red color. I will change the text color also. Now from here I will select this white color. Look here guys. Now it is looking perfect, right? In the same way I will give formatting for the press. Once you click on press, I will change the color. I will make the font color as white, and in place of violet color, I will choose this. I will select this color. I will select this color. Now I have given the formatting. Let me minimize this. Now look here guys, if I click on bachelor degree, I will get only the filter record of bachelor degree. In the same way, I want only the male. I can simply click on male. Now you will get the male as well as bachelor degree, right? Now if you want to clear the filter, you need to do manually for each slicer. But instead of this, you can simply click on this clear all slicer. So what you need to do is, now you need to hold the control button and press the left button of the mouse. Once you press, boom, look here guys. So guys, just with one click you can remove the filter from all the slicers. I hope you got it, right? Let us adjust this button at the bottom. I think here I will adjust it. Let me increase the size of this. Now let us give the formatting. Go to format. Now click the button. From here you need to click on default. Now increase the text. I will increase the text. Okay. I will take it as 20. Now it is looking perfect, right? Which button is used to clear all slicer at a time? Do write in the comment section. Now finally we need to give the title for this dashboard. Click on insert tab. Now there is one option which is text box. Once you click on text box, you will get the text box. Let us add the title. Look here guys. Let's give the title for this dashboard. HR Analytics Dashboard. DASHBOARD. but the font size is very small. Select the text. Now from here you can increase the font size. I will take it as 20. No, let us increase. I will take it as 32. I think now it is perfect. Let me adjust it. Look here guys. Now this is a HR analytics dashboard, right? Now make it bold. Let me adjust the title. Okay, now it is looking perfect. Now I will change the font color. Expand this. From here I will select this color. Look at here guys. Now the dashboard is looking perfect. Now let us give few more formatting. Now expand size and style. From here you need to click on the visual border. I will give this visual border. I will increase the rounded corner to 7 or let it be 5 only. It is looking perfect. I will select the center alignment. Now let us adjust this. From here I will expand the padding. Now instead of 1 I will take here 5. I think it will look perfect. Let me increase more. 10, 15. Now finally this is our complete HR analytic dashboard created in Power BI. Now look at this dashboard carefully. Here we have created the KPIs. These are the slicer and these are the charts which is completely interactive. Now let me show you how this dashboard works practically. If I click on bachelor degree from this slicer, you can see all the charts and KPIs updating dynamically, where the total employees in the company are 572, total attrition 99, attrition rate is 17.31% and few more. You can see the update inside the visual, where you can see highest number of employee in the company are between age group 25 and 35 and the highest attrition by age is 29. In the same way, I want to find the insight of male employee. I can simply click on this male slicer. Once I click, you can instantly see the impact across the complete dashboard. If I select any particular education field, the entire dashboard gets filtered automatically. If I want single employee record, I can simply click on single. This dashboard is completely dynamic, right? If you want to remove all the filter from this slicer, it is very simple. Press Ctrl and click on this clear all slicer. The filter will be removed from this dashboard. I hope you guys understood, right? Now before ending this video, let me show you one more amazing dashboard. This dashboard is created in Excel using the Excel Booster tool. And look at this. This dashboard is also completely dynamic and interactive, where you can see the logo. These are the slicer, KPIs, individual charts. This is a table, area chart, pie chart, column chart, and the dashboard design is completely amazing. If I want to filter only the May month, I can simply click on this May month slicer. Wow, look at here guys. You can see the KPIs charts will update dynamically. In the same way, if I want any particular category, from here I can select. The entire dashboard will update automatically, right? In the same way, if I click on any one of the city, let me click on Mumbai. This dashboard is completely dynamic and you will get the filter record of Mumbai. If you want to clear the filter from here, you can clear all, and from here you can reset the filter. From here you can change the layout of this dashboard. You can update the data. You can insert KPIs, chart, slicer. You can give the note, table. If you want to save this dashboard, you can simply click on this. This dashboard can be exported as a fully interactive HTML dashboard, which you can easily share with your client, friends or team members. Now the HTML file is downloaded. Once I click on this, you will get this interactive dashboard, right? And the best part of this dashboard is, if you want to change the theme of this dashboard, it is very simple. At the bottom there is one option, live theme. From here you can change the theme of the dashboard. If I click on first theme, wow, the theme of this dashboard will change instantly. In the same way, you can switch between different themes. If I click on black color, you will see the black color theme, right? Let's see few more themes. If I click on this theme, the theme of this dashboard will change instantly. Now let's see the last theme. Wow, look at here guys. This Excel Booster tool is far better than BI tools such as Power BI and Tableau, where you can see the dashboard is completely amazing and fabulous. Now let me click on this light mode. If you want to view the data, it is very simple. Just click on this data view, by which you can able to see the complete data set, where you can see all the columns of this data and the rows. If you want to close, you can close the window. In the same way, if you want to export this dashboard, you can export as PDF as well as PPT. So guys, this Excel Booster tool is completely amazing. If you want to see the chart on the full screen, you can simply click on this option. Now you can see the complete chart on the full screen. In the same way, if you want to save the image, you can simply click on this option by which you can save this chart. If you want to see the data, you can simply click on this option by which you will able to see the data view. Now let me close from here. If you want to edit the chart detail, you can simply go with this option. Now let me minimize this chart. If you want, you can publish this dashboard on the GitHub also. Just you need to click on this deploy. Now let me show you how the Excel Booster tool look inside the dashboard. So this is a Excel Booster tool. With the help of Excel Booster tool, you can do lot of automation tasks. If you want to create an interactive dashboard, simply click on this Smart Visual. With the help of this Power Dashboard, you can create an interactive dashboard which I have shown to you, right? If you want to try this tool, I have provided the Excel Booster link in the description below. You can download it completely free of cost. And if you want to master the Excel Booster tool completely, I have also provided the full masterclass video link in the description. I hope you enjoy this complete hands-on HR analytics project. If you found this video helpful, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video. See you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.